Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple. Good morning, Sergeant Hawley.
Good morning.
We have a new graphic.
We do.
And the reason is we're going to talk today about police pursuits, and this is actually part one of two. We have so much material that we can't possibly fit it all into one
There's no
watchable
way.
segment. So let's start with, first of all, this is the new vehicle that police are driving
It
around,
is.
right? The Ford Explorer.
Yes.
And those are replacing the old Crown Victorias.
Crown Vic's gone
Yeah,
away.
okay.
You'll see these within the next couple of years. It'll pretty much be our entire fleet.
Okay. And one thing that I think a lot of us wonder about is, when do police make a decision to start pursuing a suspect at a higher rate of speed? What are the factors that you look at?
Okay. Well, anybody can look at our pursuit policy. 7 pages. Our policy manual is available online. If anybody wants to get a little light reading in the evenings, you can go through, I think it's close to 500 pages now. And vehicle pursuits are all in there. So everything that we're going to talk about, you'll be able to look up and find in there. And we recognize that vehicle pursuits are inherently dangerous. To the officers involved, the suspect, even if there's no other traffic out on the road. But there's always traffic out on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Always. It doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. And for us, we recognize that it comes down to making sound decisions. The officer has to make the best decision possible given the totality of all the circumstances, everything present. We have a lot of factors that an officer will look at and have to make a very quick decision right at the beginning. Am I even going to engage in this or not? And then as the event unfolds, am I going to continue this?
Okay. And as you said earlier when we were talking, there is a shift supervisor who kind of monitors and helps to guide whether the pursuit is going to
Yes.
happen, all those kinds of things.
Always.
Right?
There's
Yeah.
always a supervisor working, and they have the ultimate responsibility for calling it off if they believe it should be called off or,
Okay.
or never even started as far as that goes. So they're always evaluating those circumstances. And the officer that's engaging in it or starting it, they're responsible to make sure that those factors are put out over the air so the supervisor knows.
Okay, all right. And so then what are the decision-making points in terms of assuming it's maybe the level of crime that was committed?
So that's certainly one, and probably one of the largest ones is, why are we chasing this person?
Yeah.
What level? Is this a shoplift suspect in a property crime, or are we talking about the armed robber who walked into a convenience store with a gun?
Yeah.
Because that person is inherently dangerous and needs to be captured for public safety. So we have to kind of cost-benefit analysis, like what is the pursuit too dangerous, or does it outweigh the risk of needing that person captured? We also look at traffic volume, weather, time of day, experience of the officer. And then ultimately, do we know who this person is? Is this a completely unknown subject, or is it someone who we know where they live, who they hang out with, where they're going to be later, and we can just simply go pick them up later?
Okay, good to know. All right, well, that's all good information, and we will come back with part two and get into some of the details.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.